to another episode of MotoGP Mac, and today we're going to talk about Pramac Ducati's season so far. Now, up first we're going to talk about Johann Zarco, who is in third place in the championship on 114 points. And I, again, would never have betted that Johann Zarco would have been in third place at midpoint of the season. He is currently riding a GP22, but what I would call it the original GP22. This is how the factory, when designing the bike, designed the bike for 2022. He is still using the front active ride height as well as the rear active ride height, but he has very much so taken up the role, in my view, of a Ducati test rider. I do think the only person that does need to worry about Johann Zarco is probably Michele Pirro, that he could be stealing his job in a couple of years' time. Now, he is doing a very, very, very good job, and I will say that of what he is doing. He is giving good, consistent feedback. He is on the original GP22, as I said, and definitely not one of the people that I would put in third place if I was writing it down at the start of the season. He does have really good pace, and he has matured an awful lot from previous seasons. The only thing with Zarco is I never have that feeling that he's going to win. He is a good podium man, or he is a good top 5, top 10 man. But it's just something that since he's come into MotoGP, it's eluded him that precious victory. And I think if maybe he got that earlier in his career would have been a little bit different. But so far in 2022, he is very, very consistent, very, very reliable, giving great feedback and direction to Ducati, since it is mainly the Pramac team, mainly Zarco, doing the development work along with Bastianini, in my view, to try and aid the Ducati better. On the other side of the garage, there is Jorge Martin, again, who is battling Bastianini to get into the Ducati factory team. Currently on 70 points in P11. Now, look, we know he's had some issues with his hand, and that since the crash in Portugal. He's had to get arm pump issues sorted, etc. He did try to follow Pecco Bagnaia's setup, realized that this was not suiting him. It did cause him a number of crashes, so he says, and is very, very determined that he wants to get into the Ducati factory squad. And I think this is the one thing that is actually holding him back, is that he's worried, or more worried about next year than the year in front of him. And I do think he needs to focus that on, because if he finishes behind Zarco, why would you take him to the factory team? Let's be very honest. He has had issues with his hand. He's had crashes. Zarco is on an experimental bike more so than anyone else. But he's been reliable to bring the bike home. So, there is a lot of questions within Ducati, I think, to be answered, especially in the early part of the second part of the season. I hope Martin focuses on this season rather than next season and what is going to happen. Let his true potential come out and show the world that he is deserving of a factory ride, rather than just whinging about it in the press. But again, I do think he's going to come out. I do think Ducati were probably going to, soon as Honda is wrapped up, Ducati will announce what rider is going to go into the full factory team, and it will be an interesting week, the week that comes out. So I'd love to know your thoughts on what you think of Zarco's season so far, and also Martin's season. Leave them in the comments below, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video. I just want to take a minute to also thank you for watching my videos and the support that you've shown so far. If you haven't subscribed already and you would like to subscribe, it would mean an awful lot to me if you did. I'm starting this channel realistically so that we can all enjoy MotoGP together, with the aim of streaming a live video when the GP races are on.